Right, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
he's back.
Stop.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, fucking be professional. Oh.
Stop. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Top 5 where I interview someone about their favourite games of the year 2020. Now today I am joined by my favourite person in the universe. She needs absolutely no introduction. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome! It's Beckie! How are you? It's so good to see you.
Oh my god, I'm so good.
Oh my
How
god.
are you?
Oh my god, I'm really flustered.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm flustered too.
Blimey.
Every time I talk to you, I feel flustered.
No, that's me to you. That's me to you. That's me to you.
To you, to me.
Oh. It's a reference and a half for anyone under the age of I can't remember when Choco.
You really set yourself up with that one.
No. I set myself up for great comedic timing and great bits. Because all we do on this channel is great bits. Great comedy bits.
I mean, I do love to do some great bits.
Oh.
I don't know about you.
Oh, stop talking about your bits.
Sorry. Oh, you started it. How many bits have you had on your stream?
Today I have no idea. More than you have ever been tipped.
Whoa.
Way. Flipping my hair, you can't see it.
True.
But anyway, how are you? Have you enjoyed the year 2020? Oh no.
I mean, sure. As much as anyone in a pandemic can
The
enjoy
most
themselves.
optimistic response I've had this series so far is sure.
Hey, I like to be optimistic.
I was gonna say.
That's a true fact about me.
Wow. Whoa.
I am optimistic, and you know that.
Are you sharing with people on the internet your feelings? That's disgusting.
I mean, you might have heard the large ounce of sarcasm in my statement. Watch back, see if you can spot the sarcasm.
Yeah, there's going to be a Steam game giveaway if you notice every sarcastic comment she's going to make throughout the entire video.
Exactly. The only correct answer is 100% of the time I'm speaking.
So, whoa, don't give them the answers. Hold on!
Sorry.
The GCSE, you just gave everyone the fucking answers. How dare you? Thank God you're not an examiner. Everyone would be top marks.
I'm like, oh yeah, you got that one wrong. Change that. No, not that one. It's multiple choice, bud. You've got 4 chances. You can get there. Try again.
What if they ticked
Right,
every single one? What if they ticked every single box? Would you be like, yes? Okay, you gave effort.
I'd be like, you know what? You got it right, Ten.
Oh, dear. Have you also... I can't get through this. Have you also played a lot of games this year, Beckie?
I have played, I think, this year more different games than I ever have before.
Crikey.
I think if you'd have asked me to do this list any other year, I wouldn't have had like a full 8 games to tell you about.
Whoa. 8 games. Crikey. 8
Well,
games.
because it's 5 and 3 bonus.
It
isn't
is. Oh, look at you came at this so professional. I remember texting you and be like, "These are the rules," and you were like,
Yeah,
oh.
you were panicking that I was not going to do it. Hey,
No.
I'm here for you. You know, I make a fuss, but I'm here.
Oh well, let's not dilly dally anymore. I really want to hear. I want to hear you talk about some video games. It really gets me going. So, crikey, I'm always starting.
Sorry, I haven't silenced my phone.
Oh, whoa! Here we talking about you being professional.
Yeah.
Shattering
Usually,
it.
in everything except for that, I'm professional. I swear.
Ugh.
Employ me, people out there.
Wow. Big up yourself. Wow, I can't speak. Anyway, let's go straight to number 5. Beckie, what was your 5th favourite game of 2020?
My number 5 on my list that I sent you was Phasmophobia.
Right. I'm going to need you to fully, from the ground, explain Phasmophobia and why you love it so much.
So, Phasmophobia kind of got a bit popular this year. I think people might have seen YouTube videos. It's basically a ghost hunting game.
Okay.
And essentially and the thing is, this game is not really groundbreaking by itself. It's pretty much everything on my list is multiplayer, nearly. And it's those multiplayer stuff that I've really enjoyed this year because you're stuck at home in quarantine. So your only sort of social outlet has been video games.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Phasmophobia is so hilarious for me, especially because of the proximity chat. Because when you send someone into the house and then the door's shut, which means that a ghost is hunting,
yeah,
and then you can hear very faintly someone screaming on the other side of the door. It is the most hilarious thing. And I also had an occasion where I had two friends that were on the other side of the door, and I could hear them arguing with each other, and they didn't realise a hunt was going on. And I was just stood at the door, and they were just going, "No, you have to press that button. No, we're not going to find it. You have to press that. No, put it down there." And they were arguing, and then one of them gets murdered by the guys. And so there is so much potential for it to be so hilarious. But also, if you're playing it focused and by yourself, it does have horror. Like it does kind of feel scary.
Okay, interesting. So,
and it also has VR.
Whoa, does it? Wow, that's the first I've heard of that.
VR. It's very much still kind of in development, really.
Okay.
So there's a lot of bugs and things that can happen.
But surely that makes the game classy.
Yeah, and it's a very simple. I don't know how many hours you could put into it. It's a very simple concept. You go into a house. You have like devices that help you to find ghosts. So you'll have like a spirit box. You'll have like a UV light.
Yeah. And
you have to find the right hints to know which ghost is haunting.
Right.
All the while trying not to die.
Okay.
So it's really simple like that. But for me, it's the multiplayer stuff. It's just being able to, chat with your friends in a ghost house and hear them like go, "Wah! The ghost!" It's a lot of fun. I do want to play it with you at some point, Griff.
Oh my god!
But wow. I don't know if it's your type of game, to be honest.
Well, so I am coming at this as someone who's I genuinely have never seen any gameplay for it. When I was doing my research to get the gameplay for your top 5, I had never seen any of it. This is my first time really speaking about it. So the premise is a ghost hunter game, but what is the overall objective? Of the...
So the objective is so you go into a house and you have to find out which specific type of ghost, like a wraith or a banshee, is haunting the house. So you're basically, it kind of sounds boring in this way, but you're hunting for clues essentially.
Oh my god, it's Scooby-Doo, the game.
Exactly, but the way that you do it is you kind of have to make you have to wind up the ghost a little bit to get it to do some activity.
Oh right.
Which is obviously scary because then it might
but that's great because it requires, because normally with these games it's I'm trying to think of an example. Well, I'm gonna use Dead by Daylight as an example because
spoilers.
We're not the same person. But it's like with that game you are trying to avoid it, but with this game you're actually encouraging the enemy to come at you. It's very much
well, here's another thing I just thought of that's very fun is the spirit box is a big thing, and also the ghosts can hear you speaking. So if you say their name, they get more angry. And there's a list of questions you can ask them, and it's a big list like, where are you? How old are you? How did you die? Stuff like that.
Okay.
And so the funniest thing is pretty much all of us, when we're playing it, we end up going, "Hey, bitch!" Like we're just chatting to the ghost like a constant stream of trying to get the ghost to like talk to us.
Okay.
Or do stuff. So you kind of going like, "Where are you? Where are you, bitch? How old are you? Are you old? Are you an old ghost?" Like you kind of just like shit talking the ghost the whole time. Which is just, I think that's one of the funniest things about it.
Would you say this is one of those classic, like, I don't want to say or compare it to Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's very much like built for fun YouTube, Twitch comments and
that's
montages.
Why there's so much. Yeah, it definitely is built for that, and I think it's good because it also is scary. Like it has that fun stuff if you're with the right people. Yeah. But also it's scary. Like you feel the stakes a little bit because also if you die while you're holding, before you start, you have to buy the equipment that you're using. And if you die, you lose the equipment. Oh, crap. So that's like another. So it's another layer so that you don't want to die. It's not like a throwaway death. Okay. Interesting. Wow. So how many variations of ghosts have you got? Have you got like 2 or 3, or are we talking like 12, 13? Yeah, I would say it's. I don't actually know how many there is. There's like, basically you have this little journal and you need to get 3 clues essentially. To figure out which ghost it is. So there's like however many combinations of 3 to result in a ghost. Right. My throat.
Mine also is going. Because of all the laughing pre-ramble.
Yeah, so there's a couple, there's like 10 I want to say, something around that.
Okay.
I don't really know, to be honest. I don't pay enough attention.
No, you're there to hear people bicker about their marriage in the corner.
Yeah,
of the
but
room.
I just looked, and considering I've only been playing this, I mean, it came out this year and I haven't been playing it for that long, but I've got 11 hours in it, which for a game with a fairly simple kind of premise that you always want to be playing with like 2 other people at least.
Mm.
That's quite a lot, really, in such a short time.
No, absolutely. Is there anything about the game that you don't like, or you feel absolutely needs improvements? Bearing in mind, like you say, it's a bit early in development, it's an early access game. Is there anything about the game that you don't particularly like?
I would say, despite it's in early access, it just needs more content, really.
Yeah.
There could be a few more ghosts. There could be a few more maps. I would like some more interesting ways to find the ghost or to interact with it.
Right.
I don't know, like something stupid like a ghost trap or
And that was a question.
That
was the question I was going to ask, because you're narrowing down the different ghosts or whatever. Are there different techniques then to capture said ghost?
No. So what you do is you find. We are definitely going to play it together, by the way.
Okay.
But you basically have to narrow down which room it's in.
Okay.
So you go through the whole house at the start, and you've got like an EF. What's it called? An EF reader or something. You've got temperature, you've got like thermometers, and you basically find a room. Everybody goes around until you find something like ticks. You're like, oh god, okay, there's activity in this room.
Okay.
Once you figure that out, then you kind of bring everything to that one room.
Right. Okay.
So there's a book that you try and get ghost writing on. There's cameras that you can see ghost orbs from the van. And you basically just put everything you've got into that room. Start trying to get the ghost to react to you.
Yeah.
And try and get the ghost to give you the clues that you need.
Okay, interesting. And what is the game like from the ghost's perspective?
The ghost is just an AI.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So
I thought it was a player.
No, the ghost is not a player.
No, okay. I think that was because in my head I put the Dead by Daylight comparison in there. So
no, it's definitely not. I don't think it's similar to Dead by Daylight at all.
No, it was only because I was using it for that example.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, absolutely, it's definitely been one of those games that back end of this year is developed, like yourself, a bit of a cult following. And no, like I'm excited to see where this game goes, because it's shallow content, but it has potential.
I've only touched the surface. I think there is a lot more to the game than I realised, and I think there will be more than I realise. Right. But the simplicity is what makes it fun as well.
No, absolutely. Well, you can also compare it to, said Minecraft. That is an extremely simplistic game, but it's whatever you can also put into the game.
Love that.
Yeah,
we love Minecraft.
We do love that. We do. Right, fantastic. Well, an excellent start to your list. But Becky, what would you rate Phasmophobia?
Oh God, out of 10?
Out of 10.
Crap. What would I rate? What would be a 10 for me? That's a hard question. I am going to give it, because it's in early access, and because it kind of, I wouldn't really play it on my own, I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay, that's good start. And most people start with a 7, so you're doing really well.
Yes, I would say I'm just doing that to prepare, in case I have a 10 or something lower, just finding a mid ground.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic. Well, I think that's an excellent start. But, let's move on. Becky, what was your 4th favourite game of 2020?
So, I have to say now, this list was very difficult for me. Putting it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't think these are necessarily in that exact order. It was difficult to choose. But I've put Stardew Valley here.
Oh my god, wait, hold on, I need to prepare you. You threw me off.
Why?
Because I need to prepare. Oh no, I did the wrong one.
What have you done? What have you done? What's happening?
You told me that the shooter one that you gave me was number 4.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you did.
Wait, what did I say was 4?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have bumped it up. Oh God. Never mind.
Right. Anyway. Well, no. Please talk about Stardew. I'll put it up on screen now, so you have to talk about Stardew.
Oh, sorry. I can't. The stream isn't actually loading for me.
Oh, fantastic. Anyways,
sorry about that. As I said, I'm really professional.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, yours is. I knew this was gonna be shit.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Like I said, I wrote it down in the wrong order on my list, and then I just put numbers in afterwards.
Okay, fabulous. What's your number 3? Just a heads up, me.
It's
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
Yes.
So, Stardew Valley, talk to me about Stardew.
Stardew Valley. Okay, this is an old game. This has been out for a while. But I got into this, and I think within, I don't know, 3 days or something, I did like 20 hours. And that was while I was still at work. Like, I did a lot.
Yeah.
I clicked on the wrong game.
No,
I
no.
have. Sorry, I said 20. I meant 34 hours.
Oh my god, that's bonkers.
Addicted to it. To be honest, I truly don't know if I can explain what it is about this game.
Oh, it's because I was going to ask. You love Minecraft.
Exactly, and I've found a couple of games, and one of the ones I'm putting in my bonus, I've last minute added it to my bonus, is this type of game where you're just gathering and building, and you kind of have an objective, but the objective is kind of yours to make.
Yeah, okay.
I love those kind of games, and this game seems really slow and peaceful at the start, but the more you get into it, there is a lot of stuff that you can do, a lot of places you can go, and you end up filling your days, and you just you go to sleep, and then you're like, I've just got to go and check this one thing.
Yeah.
The only time you can save is when you sleep.
Oh.
So you end up going, I'll just do one more day then. I'll just do one more day of this. And you have to water all your crops, and that takes a lot of time in the morning and a lot of your energy. You've got an energy bar, and that kind of dictates what you can do in a day. You can't just, it's not like unlimited running around. You kind of have to manage your time.
Right.
And there's also, I love interacting with the little villagers and stuff, and you can bring them gifts. You can get a wife by doing that.
Oh, I bet you have. I bet you have many.
No, I just have the one. She's so cute. She lives down by the water. And you just it's such a hard game to describe, because you're kind of just farming, you go mining, you talk to people, and it's one of those games, kind of like, I guess, Animal Crossing, which I haven't played, but it's kind of just like one of those games where you're just vibing.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to do, and it's so addictive.
Do you think, and I mean this in the politest way, but do you think it's a time-sucking game? It really sucks away your, because like you say, you're like, oh, just this one thing, and just this one thing, and then 3 hours later,
It very much is, because I think I haven't opened it in actually quite a little bit, because I'm scared if I do, I'm gonna be there for hours. Bearing in mind, I do hyperfixate easily.
It's one of the best things. It's just one of the best things.
But yeah, and basically your kind of whole goal is just to make a big farm, earn a bunch of money, make it look pretty. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Do you like that? Because it's like you say, is it forging your own path in this game that you really enjoy? You've really got ultimate customization about really what goes on.
I think more what it is that if you get bored of farming, then you can go to the mines. Do you know what I mean? If you get bored of going to the mines, you can go and do some shopping, talk to the villagers, go down to the beach, do some fishing. If you get bored of that, you go back to your farm. You could just chop down. It's very mindless.
Yeah, it's got variation in simplicity.
Yeah, and you can focus on it, or you can also barely be concentrating and still do it.
I mean, it was shocking when you turned around to me and you were like, I'm loving Stardew Valley. I was like, what? It's not a game, but also you addict yourself to Minecraft. You are crazy into Minecraft.
Yes, yeah.
So it's very much up your street in terms of it can be mindless with complete concentration in certain parts.
And it's a similar thing, I think, because what I do with Minecraft is I will go for a week, sometimes at least, I would say a week, to a few months, where Minecraft is the only game I play. And I would play it any opportunity I have to play a video game, or do anything other than like working or life. I'm going to go play Minecraft. And I will get so heavily addicted to it. I think partly because it's also the sort of games that you can like put a film or YouTube on while you're doing it, which I do with a lot of games.
Yeah.
So you can just hours and hours into that, and then suddenly I'll go, oh, okay, I'm done with that for a bit. And I won't touch Minecraft or this for months and months again. Yeah. And then I'll go back into it. So it's one of those games for me where I kind of am an all or nothing.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. And where did you hear about? How did you discover Stardew? It wasn't even a game.
I think somebody recommended it to me because I've been playing a lot of Minecraft.
Yeah.
And a couple of other similar games that I've been finding this year.
And do you like the art style? Does the art style tick it for you?
I do. I mean, I'll preempt your question of if there's something I don't like.
Oh, wow, God, crikey. Sorry. She got it. No, got it in one. Go on,
Which is that sometimes the controls are a bit weird.
Right.
It's sometimes because also your energy, And like when you put a watering can, that's limited. You kind of want to make sure everything hits right. But when you're trying to water plants and something, it's not always clear which square you're going to hit, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I can't explain exactly what's wrong with it, but it's not intuitive with that.
Okay,
so
interesting.
If you miss a block, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but that's some of your energy and your water that you've got for your limited time in the day.
Yeah.
And it can just get really annoying when you've got like, you just have one more crop and you've got one more bit of water and you miss it, and you miss the square.
I can imagine that infuriates you to no end.
It's so annoying.
Do you like the energy system? Because personally for me, that was a thing that put me off the game entirely. I hate having a limited supply of...
It does sometimes get on my nerves, but I did, spoiler alert, there is a point in the game where you can unlock a thing where you get a little bit more energy.
Right.
And you can build that. The other thing actually about the game is that it's very season based, so you can only do certain things in summer, you can only do certain things in spring.
Right.
Winter comes around and you can't actually farm at all in the winter unless you have a greenhouse.
Right.
So that's the time you would use to upgrade your tools, go mining, and do all this other stuff. So there's always, and if you miss something in summer, for example, you have to wait for the next summer to come around.
Okay. And how long?
Which I think is a fun dynamic.
How long does it take for different seasons to cut? How long is the season? Is the season like 7 days or?
No. A season is, how many days is it? I think a season is something like 28 in-game days.
Ooh, crikey.
Yeah, but a day isn't that long in the game.
Okay.
Like I'm already with my 30 hours. I think I'm just before winter.
What, for the first time or like the second time?
For the first time.
Okay, interesting.
So, yeah, which makes it sound very slow paced, but I think it's nice because you end up saving things. You're like, oh, I can't wait. I've got to wait for winter or spring to do this.
Yeah.
So it stops you from starting too many projects at once, which I think in this game with the energy system and all of that, it could get overwhelming doing that. I do recommend trying it if you haven't.
Okay. Oh, and I was gonna say, do you think this is like, with the state of the world now, if you've not heard about it, do you think
No,
this...
tell me about it.
It's really FUCK. Do you think this is a perfect game for 2020 in terms of like the world we've had to now adapt to? Do you feel like this is a really perfect sit down, just bang out a couple of hours?
Yeah, I think it is, because you can spend hours on it, or you can also just do 5 minutes, and you can switch off it, you can tab between it. It doesn't need your full attention. So it's perfect, really.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's perfect. If you don't want Animal Crossing, buy Stardew Valley. That's all I can say.
Yeah, if you don't want to buy a whole Nintendo Switch console just for the one game everyone's been talking about, try Stardew Valley.
Someone's not salty at all.
I'm not salty. God damn it.
So, what would you rate Stardew Valley?
Right, you know what? While I was playing it, I think I would have instantly given it a 9.
Wow.
Easily, maybe a 10. Somewhere that. But talking about it now and thinking back on it, I don't know, it's harder. I feel like because I'm not in the middle of playing it, I'm not in the headspace.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay, that's still pretty high. You've only knocked it down 1 point, but...
Oh my god, I'm going to do my 5 games. I'm just going to go 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think I'm going to give... Oh, do you know what? I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay, yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah. I mean, it ticked in the box, you played it at the end of a long day of work. It really...
And also, because before this year, I actually haven't really touched my Steam library that much.
No.
I was more of a PlayStation player. And I think that Stardew Valley is currently my most played game on Steam.
Oh my god.
It has the most hours.
I would love to check that, but my Steam hasn't been logged in today, so I will not be able to check.
I'm looking at it myself, and I think I'm right.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Although my number 1 game is a close second, but when I tell you what it is, you'll understand why it might not be the first.
Oh, I know exactly. Oh, no. Okay, cool. Rightio, fabulous. Well, there we go, Stardew Valley. A beautiful, and I mean this, genuinely beautiful entry into it, because everyone has chosen some very up and down games in terms of their style. So this
fishing is so hard. This clip, the fishing is so difficult.
It was the thing that made me rage quit, if I'm gonna be honest. Fuck the fishing.
It was so difficult. Don't bother fishing.
Fuck the fishing. Ugh. So don't judge the game on the mini fishing game.
Yeah, that's not the number 1 thing. Listen, you might get it if you're good at it, but if you're not good at it, you'll never get it.
Oh, Phasmophobia is £9. Anyway,
Get it.
right. Well, let's move swiftly on, and hopefully I've got number 3 correct. Becky, what was your third favourite game of 2020?
My third favourite game, shout out to Fallen Angel Perry,
Oh, here we go.
is Apex Legends.
Oh my gosh, okay!
I say that shout out, but when I think that I was the first one out of all three.
You were. We recently discussed it, and she watched our stream, and we encouraged her to start playing it. Now here we are a year and a half later, and she's got over 2,000 hours in it.
I tried it on my own, and then I said it to you, and we were like, maybe we should try it together, and it'll be more fun. And then we finally introduced Perry to it. Perry loved it, and then we came back to it, and we were like, oh wow, this is quite fun.
And now here we are, 2020.
Now, this was a difficult one. Because it's on number 3.
Now, why is it number 3? Oh,
and the reason I did number 3 is because near the start of quarantine, we played a lot of this.
Good God, did we?
And even before that, at the start of the year, we played a lot of this. So I thought it would be unfair to judge it on the fact that I haven't played it in quite a while. And the main reason is just because I've switched quite heavily to my PC.
Yeah.
We played this on console, and it's a really difficult game to switch if you've not really played FPS with mouse and keyboard before.
Yeah. No, agreed. I've started to semi-switch over to the PC. I'm getting used to it. Like, I'm actually really enjoying it. But also, I'm playing with low-level scrubs. So, like, heads up, it's just easy to get some fucking kills. But no, I agree. It requires... what's the word I'm looking for? Skill.
If you haven't practiced with a mouse and keyboard... Like, it's already, with a console, it's easier, but you still have to learn how to aim.
Yeah.
So, with a mouse and keyboard, it's another thing. And the thing, for me, is less the mouse, but also getting my hotkeys.
Okay.
I don't know why, but when you're in the middle of, like, fighting or something on a keyboard, I struggle so much to switch quickly to, like, all my other buttons, and then I lose my WASD, and I'm like, ah! So, but anyway, that's unrelated. That's just me in general. That's my own fault.
Yeah.
But I love Apex Legends. It's so fun to play.
I was gonna say, so you used to play a lot of first-person shooters when you were little.
Yeah, my first kind of proper gaming was Battlefield more than anything, I would say.
Cool kid over here.
Apart from like Nintendo, Mario Brothers, all that crap.
Yeah, and but what is it about Apex? Because of course it's got a battle royale. It's a battle royale game, so a very saturated market.
What is it? I like the abilities. I like the feel of the guns a lot. I like the feel of the map. I like the pace of your fighting. You know what I mean? You can kind of find fights if you want to, but you can also try and avoid them. Yeah. I'm a little loot goblin, let's not lie, and this is the perfect game for that. I enjoy a lot. It's very fun to play with your games and shout. It's I really enjoy this game. I struggle to talk about it and put it in proper words.
No, because it's really simplistic. There's not a lot of faff to it. You can,
I suppose you can. Sorry, I wrote a chat. Sorry. You can. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. Okay, I'm gonna context. Someone in chat has typed, I was confused for a second because I thought Becky was saying Mario Bros was a first-person shooter.
And then I started imagining Mario with a gun going, motherfucker! It's me, you're Mario!
Mario Kart 9 is gonna be a wild ride.
Sorry, I broke. Oh,
no, I love it.
Anyway. What was I saying?
You lost it!
Yes. Yeah, because of the different like heroes and stuff you can choose. It's similar to before this we played a lot of Overwatch.
Yes.
And we love Overwatch. And this is kind of an update to that. And it kind of takes Overwatch and the different heroes and then adds like an open world game to it that I enjoy. Yeah. And that's the sort of thing that I used to enjoy in Battlefield. And in a way, with a circle going in, you could almost compare it to like a capture the flag type game mode in terms of, or not a capture the flag, right? Yeah, capture the flag, because you've got a place that you've got to go. It keeps you moving. Yeah. If you're in a game like that and, you've got to go to these different points, every time one gets captured, you then have to run to it to capture it yourself. Right. So it's that style of gaming in terms of you have to run through the map, you have no choice. If you just stood still, you'd die. It would be a bad thing. You wouldn't win any points. So, yeah, it brings kind of Overwatch heroes and different abilities and fun things like that. And then it puts it into this kind of open, big map lots of different places to go.
And
World.
do you think this is a more superior battle royale? Because we did for a little bit back in college. We played Fortnite, and we tried to get pretty good at it. You were better than me. I'm bloody shit at the game.
I'm terrible at it now.
And it's the building mechanic, honestly.
Yeah.
But bless you.
It's hard to say because I really struggle with the building mechanic.
Mm.
I'm really bad at it.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't really play that game mode anymore.
Yeah.
So because of that, I much prefer Apex by far.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say if it was definitely a better game or not, because for a lot of people, the building mechanic is a really fun thing. It just adds a new thing. The building mechanic is kind of like an ability in this. You know, it changes the game somehow.
Okay. Yeah. No. I absolutely. I can agree with that.
Because if you're in Fortnite and you're a good builder, that changes how you're going to play and what guns you're going to choose.
Yeah.
Versus if you're not, or if you build defensively or whatever. Same as in Apex, if you choose whichever hero you choose, if you choose someone with a lot of mobility like Pathfinder, you're going to play differently to somebody like Gibraltar.
and do you like the variation in hero? Because the variation in Legends in this, like you say, you compared it to Overwatch, is very much in that style. You know, Bloodhound is not like Bangalore. You know, there's variation.
I really like it because also it adds a whole different dimension in every single fight in the game. Not just when you pick a hero, but depending what other team you're facing, you've got a whole different dynamic. If you're facing a Bloodhound, you've got to play differently because they know where you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that's really interesting. And I also like, just thinking about it, the fact that you are in team, like you're in squads. So I like that because you kind of end up having little battles with 3 people at a time, or sometimes you're in the middle, you try and get people against each other, versus like 40v40 in like Battlefield kind of is.
Yeah. No, and it can be that can be overwhelming. It's like, crikey. I love the scale of the Battlefield game, but this it does narrow it down. And if you see 4 more people, you're like, now we need to change our tactics again because there is another squad on you.
Yeah, or if you see 2 people on their own, you think, we could take them. But if you see 3 people very decked out in gear, you might think, you know what, we're going to run for the ring. We're not going to try and head on and fight them. We're going to try and work around them and get a better angle.
Yeah.
And so I like that. But it's a bit of strategy to it.
It is. It's a game with extreme variation that I don't think a lot of first-person shooters have. Like, I'm going to compare it to COD here for a minute.
Oh, God, I hate it.
But exactly, that game is just a flat out, just shoot them. Just shoot them. But this is like, okay, so we've got a Bloodhound, we've got a...
It doesn't matter, your aim helps, but it's not the only thing. If you're just really good at aiming, that doesn't matter if you can't position well, or if you don't know where you're supposed to go, or how to use your abilities, you know?
Yeah. And also the maps are great. The maps are really, really well constructed in this.
That's one reason I love Pathfinder, is because I love the ability to like reposition yourself, and
you've always loved an agile boy.
Exactly. If you're in a fight at the bottom of a cliff and they've got the high ground, and then you manage to like get a zip line to go way, way higher, you've just completely changed the balance of the fight and just so quickly.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But also, don't overthink it. It's a fun game. You just shoot people.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. Very much
get angry.
In the year of 2020, it's very much like, just shoot them, just kill them. Who cares? Oh, fantastic! Is there anything about the game you don't like? You knew this question was coming.
I'd forgotten.
Oh, you zoned out for a sec.
I do. It's very common of me to do that.
No.
No, you wouldn't guess that.
Never. Crocky.
Are you sure?
Crocky.
What do I not like about the game? I don't know if there really is anything that I can off the top of my head I go, well, I don't like that about Apex.
Yeah.
I'm sure while I was playing it there would be things that come into my head.
Yeah. If there's not, that's fine. You don't have to be a critic on everything.
I like to be critical though.
No, I know you do.
Got to get my opinion in.
Very, very open.
Got to make sure everyone knows what I think.
Whenever I make a project, I'm like, Becky, give me your opinion. It's like, this hurts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good. Yeah, it's good.
No, it's a solid game. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Maybe I would like for there to be 4-person squads.
Oh, That I tell you what, that is the one thing. I tell you, the other thing that used to throw us off is whenever we would play duos, and we'd be like, there's a team, and then you'd see a third person. But I personally would always forget that we were in duos,
same.
and you'd be like,
"Wait, that's our problem," but definitely, yeah.
You get into a mindset because it was trios for so long, and then suddenly it's like, there's another person. They're trying to kill me.
Yeah, so you'd think, oh god, there's only one person left in the team, and then you'd realise, no, that's another duo. There's a whole other team coming for us right after this fight. Oh god.
Oh, stressing out to no end, but also, get them headshots.
But
Kill leader.
Apex is very fun. If you want to see some fun gameplay, go follow Fallen Angel Perry.
Oh, look at you. Little shout out little hype train. Right, fabulous. Then what would you rate Apex of the Legends?
What would I rate Apex Legends? It's hard to say because it's very fun, but in my head it's also very mainstream in terms of it's a battle royale, it's a shooter. That's a very big thing right now with Fortnite and all of that.
And very saturated market.
In my head, points are almost lost for it not being like, an original game with new gameplay that's really exciting. But I really like playing it. I've probably put a lot of hours into it. I don't know. I'll give it an 8.5 again, I think.
All right, no, that's absolutely fine.
I'm saving my 9s and 10s. They feel too much.
They are gold. They are platinum tier. Oh, crikey. Well, excited to find those out. Well, here we are. We're going to find out one of them right now. Moving swiftly on from number 3. Becky, what was your second favourite game of 2020?
My second favourite game of 2020 was Dead by Daylight.
Now, this is an old game. I think this might be your oldest game on your list, I believe.
Well, this is what I say. This has been a year of quarantine, pandemic, me discovering the Steam library. I've discovered a lot of games that I haven't played before and that have been out for a long time. So
talk me through it. So why did you pick it up? And what do you think about the game?
I picked it up because I have sorry, I interrupted you.
No, please.
I have a friend known as one of the Swedish lesbians who plays this game a lot, has a lot of hours in it, loves it a lot, and said, "Hey, you should play Dead by Daylight." And I was like, "Oh, I guess I will." I've played. What did we used to? We used to play a game very similar.
Bugger. It'll come back on PlayStation or no? It was on. Yeah.
On PlayStation, Friday. I don't know.
Yes, it was. It was Friday the 13th. Yes, it was a PlayStation Plus game we used to play.
And I was like, "Hey, I had fun with that." So I tried it, and it was really fun.
What do you prefer, being the hunter or do you prefer being the prey?
I'll tell you my problem ahead of time with the game is that you cannot. If you're playing with friends, you can't play in a public, or you can't get a random into the game if one of you is the killer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can play as the killer with your friends, but it has to be a custom game, which means it can only be with friends you invite. And unfortunately, there are only 3 people I know that play this, and so we don't have the 4th person, which means they have let me play as killer against them sometimes, and I think it's so fun, but they're missing a 4th survivor, which gives me an advantage, so it's not as fun for them.
Cough, it's on Game Pass, I have it. Cough.
You should join us. So I love playing as killer, especially, with those guys, because one of them in particular, as soon as I'm chasing them, is going, "You're evil, I hate you, oh my god, you're so evil, oh my god." Like, just the most, like, screaming, running. It's so funny to me. Maybe that makes me bad, but I don't care.
No, that's the chaotic vibe of Satan.
Hey, I am Satan.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the title.
Hear them screaming.
Ooh, I bet you do. You love to make people scream, don't you? Ooh.
There is one person in particular who really does scream at me, and it's so funny. Anyway. I really enjoy being a killer. It's actually, in the community, I don't think a lot of people like being a killer.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people prefer being a survivor. For me, I think it's just fun. You've got nothing to be afraid of. You've got some fun abilities.
Who's your favourite killer to play as?
Hard to say, because I've been actually experimenting them all, and you have to buy DLC to unlock some.
Right.
So I have been going, pretty much every time I've played as killer, I've tried a new one.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know. So far, I think it's been Freddy, because I think Freddy's the one that can teleport between generators.
Yes, I believe he can.
Which is just terrifies the survivors. so good.
Yeah, you terrifying. Crikey, I've never known that before.
But it's also very fun as a survivor. It can get very scary. It's some of these games, they really do feel like they've got very simple gameplay. You repair generators. Once you've repaired 5, the doors unlock. You then have to try and unlock the door, and then you walk out the door.
Now, my question is, have you ever escaped through a trapdoor?
Yes.
Oh, have you managed?
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
To
be fair, I play with someone who has a lot of hours, who's usually spectating me going, the trapdoor! The trapdoor's to your left!
They know location, I see.
I don't, but there's an audio clue in the game.
Oh, yeah, I've heard, yeah.
But yeah, so you either get enough generators completed, or if you're the final last survivor, there's a trapdoor on the map, anywhere, it can be anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
And basically, if you find it before the killer does, you can jump through it and escape. But the killer can also lock it if they find it before you, and then you kind of pretty much lose, unless you can get the door open. But it's difficult to get the door open as the only survivor, because it takes time.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the killer can pick up your survivor friends and hook them, and then you can try and rescue them from the hook. So there's a lot of fun little things that you can do in the game.
Right.
That make it a lot of fun.
Okay.
This game, I just have really enjoyed playing it.
It was a shock for you to turn around and say, I love playing this game, but also, again, very up your street. I mean, like we did compare it earlier to Phasmophobia. Do you like tension games? Like,
well, I think one of the types of games this year that I've played a lot that I've enjoyed is kind of horror type games. For example, I also love The Forest this year.
Oh God, no! I forgot about that.
Which isn't on my list anywhere, I don't think. Weirdly.
Oh my God.
But we played that a little bit. I've played it again recently.
Terrifying.
And it's kind of terrifying, but there's building to it, so you can get all Stardew Valley and just be like, oh, I gotta make my hut pretty.
And then suddenly,
oh God, there's murderous cannibals.
We had a right infestation. The babies.
Just happily repairing a generator, and then all of a sudden, the killer's chasing me.
Yeah.
That's the fun part. This is one of the funnest parts of the game. Is if you're in a chase with the killer, and you successfully get them to chase you for a long time without catching you.
Yeah.
That's really good, because what you've done is you've kept the killer's attention on you while your teammates can all repair a bunch of generators. So it's very fun to do that, and that means that your gameplay isn't always just like, hide from the killer.
Yeah.
You know?
I think another thing looking at your list here is you love a bit of tactical gameplay. You really like when you're in the moment, right, I'm gonna do this, and hopefully, fingers crossed.
And that's also a reason I like the killer, because in my head, when I'm playing as the killer, I'm trying to predict where the survivors would go.
Right.
And I really enjoy that. It's like in real life, some of my favorite hobbies, for example, I like climbing. I like that because it's the physical stuff, but also you have to have some thought to it. There has to be some strategy, and when you're planning a climb, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to use my brain. Brain's sexy.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, she is the new sexy, honestly. She really gets the crowd going with your lesbian Swedish. I can't even remember what she screams.
She's just one of the Swedish lesbians.
So we love Swedish lesbians. Fantastic. Well, you already answered. Did you answer my game of what you? Yeah, you answered the question of what you don't like.
Did I? I don't remember what I said, but I think I did.
I think you did. Fantastic. I've got no other questions, because really, it's simplistic. It's a real game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, exactly. It's very simplistic, but it's very, very fun. And there are times where you can be really silly and kind of be like, oh my God, what is this killer doing? And then times where you get really focused. Yeah. And you're in chat with your friends like, okay, the killer's here. Okay, they're chasing me. Can you repent? And you kind of get into that fun, I don't know, gaming brain.
Gaming brain. Get your gaming brain.
Get your gaming brain on, guys.
Is that what you're going to say now when you come in chat?
Yes.
Gaming brain!
I like a game that lets me use my gaming brain.
Your gaming boner. What? Excuse me?
Okay. Well, there was no need for that.
I disagree.
You ruined it. Absolutely right.
Thank you. That's what I do with my gaming boner.
You like to play games with your gaming boner. I like to play them with my gaming brain.
Together with the ultimate villain.
Turn my beast!
What would you rate Dead by Daylight? Sorry, I need to say that again. What would you rate Dead by Daylight?
What would I rate Dead by Daylight? What would I rate Dead by Daylight? I don't have problems with it. I really like playing it. I think I'm gonna give it a 9.
Crikey! Crikey!
Crikey! I've got to give that game a 9.
A 9? Get out of here! Wow, that's quite high. But again, I'm glad that you're discovering these older games that you're really starting to really enjoy. They're really buttering your bread. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, again, like I said, I'm rediscovering a lot of the Steam library.
I think that's the beauty of 2020, because you game, and you have game in the past, but you've kind of like fixated on games such as Apex, such as Overwatch. But this year, it's allowed you, with your PC and whatever, you really have had a back catalogue of going, I can have this and this and this.
Yeah, and I would also say, like, I found a new group of people to play video games with on Discord, and it's been a great way to get to know all of them, because there's kind of a game for each of them. So each one is kind of like
true. Every single game has been like, so my friend, the only one that hasn't been recommended was Apex. That was the only one.
I know.
But I love
but
that.
that's the thing, is it kind of have a game for each person.
And also you discovered communities, which is fantastic.
It's good. I'm on so many Discord servers.
And
it's honestly
a cool
a
kid out
great
of the
way.
two of us, honestly.
It's honestly a great way to find games and find people to play. You know, if you're like, I want to play this, but I've got no one to play it with.
Oh my goodness. I have
get
many
on
games on it. Fabulous. Right, well there we go. Let's put the brakes on this top 5 nonsense, because look, take a breather, everyone. Stretch.
Shake it out. Shake it out.
Shake it out. Have a little dance party, because now we gotta pause the brakes here. Top 5. You gotta narrow down that. You gotta
accelerate.
No, pause. No. Get off the wheel, you chaotic bitch. Not everything can make it into a list of 5 games. So Becky, what are in your Can I start again? What are some of your honourable mentions that couldn't quite make it into your top 5?
Well, oh God, okay. I'm so stressed. I have 5 games, and I want to talk about them all.
You can speed through them.
I'm going to speed through 2 of them and then properly talk about 3 of them. One of them is Hades.
Okay, yeah.
Which I haven't actually completed and I haven't played a bunch of, but I started playing it. I really loved it. It's Greek mythology. It's kind of what type of it's like a dungeon crawler.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Game style is called. But yeah, there's fun. There's a good story to it. The fighting is fun. It's it was really fun to play. I'm definitely gonna play more of it.
Okay.
I have quite a few of those friends that I was talking about. All of them have and play and love Hades and talk about it a lot. For me, because it's not a multiplayer, I'm really a multiplayer gamer. That's my favorite type of stuff. So I don't play it as much. And speaking of single player stuff, the other thing I discovered this year was Subnautica.
Yes, I forgot about that. Crikey, that was way back at the beginning of the year.
Way back in the beginning. I really loved that. Again, it's a building game. These sort of like survival building games, I really enjoy. You have to gather resources, you have to go build things. You kind of have your own objectives as you discover them. But I'm gonna not talk about Subnautica too long, because I have more recently been playing Raft.
Okay, now that's interesting.
Which I also have noticed has got a bit of a resurgence on YouTube.
It has, because it got a recent update, ?
I'm not sure if maybe it did, but I've seen a couple of people that I watch have been playing it.
Okay.
Even today, I played for a good few hours and I got really lost in it, and I had a cold cup of tea next to me that I forgot about.
That's most of your gaming sessions, is having a cup of tea and then completely abandoning the heat and warmth.
I think, to be honest, again, I think it's one of those games that should be better as a group.
Right.
With a lot of potential, but today I played it for a good few hours on my own.
Okay.
And I think, again, it's just that peacefully gathering resources to build whatever it is you want to build. You got a little shark chasing you.
Yeah.
Stupid shark. It really gets on my nerves.
So the purpose of the game is you just build a raft?
Well, there is story. This is the thing that I've been realizing recently, especially because of the YouTube videos, is there's a full story to the game. There's an end to the game.
Okay.
Like, I've always thought, oh, you just build a raft. Like, okay, great.
Mhm.
But there is actually...
Oh, hold on.
There is
I've been called. Yeah?
Oh,
I'm good, thanks.
tea?
No, I'm not as cool as you. No, there's a program on about the place I used to work at, and you'll know exactly what I mean by that. On the channel 5s. But anyway, sorry for the interruption. Please continue talking about Raft.
I've forgotten what I was going to
I
say.
knew you were gonna.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm a nightmare.
No, you're not you're not the nightmare. It was the sign that says "Don't interrupt," and then I got interrupted.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of story. Like, I never realized this. I thought it was literally just you float along, you pick up bits from the ocean. Sometimes you stop at an island, but there's a cruise ship that you come across, and you can explore in it. And then there's little monsters in. You can get animals onto the boat, and I'm sure far beyond that. I just haven't got that far on either my playthrough or watching anybody else's. But I think there's an end. There is an escape from this world, I guess.
Oh my goodness. So there's a lot into that game that you have yet to completely discover.
Exactly. So I've pretty much just been like, and the other thing that's fun is you don't just have access to everything immediately. You have to find the resources and then research them, which consumes them when you research them, and then get more of that resource to then build stuff. And then the building stuff helps your raft to... It's one of those self-feeding games. You kind of build stuff to farm and make sure you've got enough food. You build stuff to make your raft move faster or to where you want it to go.
Okay.
But yeah, I played that a lot recently.
Uh-huh.
So that is one of my bonus... I forgot I'm talking about a bonus game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. This is your list.
I'll briefly mention Raft because, of course, I played a lot of that this year.
Wait, what? What did you say? I didn't hear.
Minecraft.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course.
Why is that?
I can't not mention it in any list.
No, absolutely not. It'll be on your list.
I think everybody knows what Minecraft is. And then the other thing I will also just mention is a VR game because I have played a bit of VR this year. But it's Beat Saber because...
Hey! Your favourite of all of them.
Definitely.
You know that's got multiplayer now.
Has it?
It really has!
Guess what we're doing?
Well, we'll definitely be doing it between Christmas and New Year, I'll tell you that. Got nothing else. I love fuck boxes. Let's beat some boxes.
I love Beat Saber, and also the perfect game for quarantine when you can't get out of the house. You need to do a bit of exercise and moving around.
Yes, absolutely. No, I think that's an angle that you've not taken because Beckie is a god at that game.
No, I was about to say I'm really unfit.
No, that's you. I wasn't going to comment on that, you fat bitch. But
how dare you?
How dare I?
I'm just thinking, what can I say? But yeah, Beat Saber is very, very fun, and yeah, I can get very focused on like trying to beat a song on expert.
Again, that hyper focus.
Yep, and you don't realise, you start doing it, and you're like, I've just got to get this song. I'm gonna do this. I'm so close to the end of the song. And then it's an hour later, and you're sweating, and the next day you wake up and your arms are aching. So, yeah. There
have been FaceTimes where I've just woken up to Beckie. A good groan. Never good groan. Anyway.
You just throw yourself into it.
Fantastic. Well, that's beautiful honourable mentions. I think that's... you got a lot of games on there and some pretty solid games, you know? I'm sad that some of them didn't make it onto the top 5. They do deserve it, but you have put some excellent games in place. Fabulous. Well, here we go. This is it, the precipice of the interview. The reason we are all here. Beckie, please reveal to us what your favourite game of 2020 was.
All right, are you ready?
Oh my god, I'm ready.
Hold your breath. It's Among Us.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. Basic. Talk about why Among Us.
It's so popular. But if I go on YouTube right now, pretty much all of my recommendations will be Among Us videos. If anybody offered to play Among Us with us, I would say, yes, absolutely, let's go right now. Hey, this is the new map. What are you doing with footage from the new map? I haven't seen this.
I thought I'd trick you.
Oh, my God. Oh, look, it's a library. Oh, I'm distracted. It's a new map.
Turn off stream and talk about it.
Yeah, I absolutely love this game. I don't know why.
You're
very fun.
totally watching the map.
It's so fun being a crew. I really am. It's so fun being a crewmate, trying to figure out who the imposter is. It's very fun to lie to your friends.
Yeah. Very much a you game in terms of.
It's kind of like, any type of game, because I love these types of games where we, yes we do. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I responded to somebody.
No,
in
it's
chat,
fine.
It's.
You're the last one.
Game,
it's okay. This can go into
play,
tits up.
Like those types of card games and things where it's like you have to lie or whatever.
Yeah.
I love those types of games usually.
You do like fucking people over.
Yeah, this is kind of that, but just like to a whole nother level. It's a lot of strategy.
Yes, I get. Oh, crikey, that's not like you at all.
But also, it can be hilarious. For example, I very recently played a game where there was one person who kept getting voted out.
Yeah. And
they were imposter, and they killed me, and I'd been killed first a lot of times, and somebody else stood over my body, and then didn't report it. And so I'm like, because we're kind of in a Discord call, I'm going, what? In the chat. They're hysterically laughing. Everybody's laughing except for, nobody knows what's going on. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I felt bad. They've been voted out so many times. And then they kept running near me. I kept thinking, okay, they're going to report me now. They're going to report me now. And they never did. And it was driving me insane. And then finally we get into the meeting, and the guy who was the imposter voted out his third he was like, oh, it must be this person who was the third imposter. And I was like, what? I devoted my entire life to a lot of things, and this is the next like, it was very funny. But then also you can play it very serious and try and win, and be all sweaty, and that's very fun too.
Yes, absolutely.
Because when I do get a win where I either lie really well or I get a bunch of kills really quickly, it feels so good.
Right. Okay.
But also, it's fun to be a crewmate.
I mean, it's another one of those games where you just get out what you put into it.
Exactly. It's, again, I love multiplayer games. I only ever play multiplayer games, and this is the ultimate multiplayer game. You can't play it without other people.
No,
I have also played just with randoms online.
Yeah.
I get a lot more ragey because of how often somebody will just randomly go, it's blue, and everybody just votes without saying another word, and it's like, well, what? But nobody even. Where was everyone?
Yeah.
And it's very stupid.
Yeah.
So that kind of annoys me. But if you get the right online group, it can be very funny. There is funny opportunities in online stuff. If you like watching YouTube Among Us, watch Call Me Kevin play Among Us, because he only ever does onlines with randoms.
Right.
And it's quite funny. So yeah, it's kind of funny all around. I've also tried, there's Discord servers for Among Us, where random people just get together in Discord and play it. I've tried that before. Again, it's a bit touch and go, because if you're going to do anything with random people online, you never know who you're going to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you get a nice group and somebody who's not too sweaty and doesn't get too angry if they're voted out, then it's very fun. And the more you play, the more fun it is, because you start to learn the map. You start to learn like where the vents go, for example, and it's easier to remember where somebody might have been.
Have you had any major serious arguments from the game?
I don't think I've had any serious arguments. I've definitely got like annoyed. Which is kind of rare for me, really. Like in that sense of a video game, like I don't really get quite so annoyed. The only other one that I actually get ragey at is Cluster Truck, which we've talked about. I don't know why. I play that sometimes and I get so mad. But
it's great. You should hear it. Everyone deserves to hear your rage.
I've had kind of jokey arguments, or where I've got a little bit too sweaty, and then when I lose, I'm kind of like, God damn it. I just wanted to get a win as an imposter, and now I'm not going to be an imposter for 25 rounds, and that person just got imposter 5 times in a row.
I was going to say, so do you prefer being the manipulative, the murdering bastard?
Most people prefer to be the imposter, right?
No, I love being a crewmate.
Oh, really? That surprises me. I feel like that's what everybody wants to do.
No, being an imposter gives me the biggest bout of anxiety I could ever have, even my GCSEs.
I played an imposter game where we weren't playing with a full 10 people, but I managed to kill everyone before a meeting was called. And my palms were so sweaty, my heart was racing.
No.
Because I knew once you get past like a certain amount of people, if one of them gets found, they know it's you because they haven't seen you the whole game and everybody's dead. So you're like, you're like, okay, I've just got to find that last person before they find a body.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's
a lot
the
of fun.
field was probably littered with corpses.
Yeah, my main problem with it is how difficult it is to get a full 10 people who want to play the game and are on the same wavelength with you about it.
Yeah.
Oh, and my other problem is that proximity chat currently is only available to streamers.
Oh, I heard. Well, I've got a mod. I was actually speaking about this with someone. Who did I interview yesterday? Ollie. We were talking about, and I have a mod that is proximity chat within game. I will get that person to you know this person. I will get that person to DM you the details.
Yeah, because I know the main proximity chat thing's only for streamers at the moment, which the proximity chat stuff is hilarious. I think proximity chat should be in every game ever.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's the funny, especially in Sea of Thieves.
Oh my god.
Where you're screaming at them.
So funny. Any game where you can hear someone in the distance yelling is hilarious. There's no way it's not going to be hilarious. And also, if somebody is mad and genuinely raging, it doesn't matter because it's so hilarious. Just walk a little bit away from them and listen to them scream at a distance.
My favorite proximity chat thing ever is, and I've definitely told you this story, when Perry and I used to play SCP Laboratory. And
oh yeah, which I knew nothing
there's
about
an intercom thing, and I would come on it, and I'd be like, "Check out number 4, please." And in the distance, you just hear people giggling. It's like, "That's not what we want to hear. Where's the monster?" And I'm like, "Person with the black mini, your car alarm is going off. Could you remove it from the parking lot, please?" And that's just great. It is those moments where you just cackle in serious gameplay.
Yeah. It's very good, and it really takes some tension out sometimes. I also have to say, I'm just watching this gameplay from this big map. I think they are going to have to either make it more difficult for the imposter or increase the amount of people that can play or something, because that looks like a big map.
It does look like a big map.
For the imposter to hide bodies.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if there'll be surprises in terms of like how it looked like there was an elevator at some point.
I think there's what they called ladders. That's the word.
Yeah, so maybe that's because you don't know if somebody's coming your way.
No.
And also the fact that in the new map you can... Oh, this map has a limit of 20 people.
Oh, fantastic.
Brilliant. So, yeah.
There you go. Well, your prayers have been answered.
My prayers. Yes.
Oh, fabulous.
Also, I want that moustache.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, are you talking about in the game or just generally in life?
Just in life.
You want
really?
it, you can get some food caught in it. Lovely. Do Ron Swanson.
Never mind, I don't want it. I lie. It's a lie.
Right.
I could never have facial hair. How am I going to... I already struggle if like one eyelash gets near my food. Oh.
Fantastic. There we go. Right, fantastic. Well, Becky, what would you rate Among Us?
Fucking 10 out of 10, maybe.
Hey, what a shocker! So great. I'm glad that you found your game. You have found your game.
Yeah, I love it a lot. It's almost a shame it's multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because I can't just play it forever, like Minecraft, for example. And I'm sure we'll all get tired of it at some point. It's a game that you can't last forever.
No.
But for now, I'm enjoying playing it. I love when I get a chance to play. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
That's fantastic. That's great to hear. Right, there we go. Right, well, we're not over just yet. I don't think... Don't go away. Don't walk away. Come back here. Come back here.
Stay where you are.
I'll strap you to that chair. Now, 2020, it's over. You know, kaput. There we go. Those are the games that... sorry, I just read chat. Those were the games that you played this year. But Becky, what I want to know is your last question. What are you looking forward to playing in 2021?
Ooh, that's a curveball.
I know.
What's coming out in 2021?
I knew you weren't ready. Well, we have the sequel to Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil...
Oh, okay, done.
Okay, fantastic. Wow, boom!
Resident Evil 7...
Log off, boys.
It's such a good game, yeah.
We've also got Far Cry 6. We've also got the Hogwarts RPG game where you play as Hogwarts in like 19...
Yeah,
okay, cool. I'm trying to think of any other games. No, that's basically.
To be honest, I don't anticipate playing too many games in 2021.
No.
Because of my personal life plans.
No.
Which is why it's a curveball. But I didn't know about the Resident Evil 7 sequel, and Resident Evil 7 I enjoy a big whole bunch, especially in VR.
Oh. Do you remember when you thought you'd gave yourself whiplash? Because
did I?
Yeah, I will find that clip. But Mama scared you, and you were like, I've crooked my neck. I've got whiplash.
Oh, I know. Something happened to my shoulder. Killed me.
Oh, that was it. That was it. Yeah.
I killed myself.
The whole street, the rest of the street, you're like,
pulled my
really hurts.
I moved. Listen, guys, I pull muscles very easily. It's very concerning.
Fantastic. Well, I think 2021. I don't think it's light on video games, but like very franchise-specific games. Yeah, and also you've got. I'm sure there's still a back catalogue out there for you to completely discover.
Oh yeah, there's one that I started playing yesterday that I'm enjoying.
Oh, go on, share with the group.
Oh, somebody got it for me as a gift for Christmas, but it's Remnant.
Remnant? I don't.
Remnant.
Remnant.
What's the full name again? Let me tell you. It is. I think it came out this year. Actually, I say that.
Wow, I can't spell.
Remnant from the Ashes.
Oh.
REMNANT, which is somebody gifted it to me. It had really bad marketing when it came out. It's not very well known.
I mean, it looks lovely. Oh, it came out 2019.
But it reminds me in some ways of The Last of Us in terms of you kind of walk through areas fighting.
Oh, it's got co-op? Oh, lovely.
Yep, it's got co-op.
I'll add to my wish list for you, darling.
Yes, please do.
Well, it's 50% off. There you go. Cracky. Right, fantastic. Well, there we go. That was Beckie's top 5 games of 2020. Becky, thank you so much for coming on and talking about your favorite games. It was.
Being here.
Oh, it's you. Of course, you were always going to be.
I've never been here before with a stream.
No, you've not. And also, I think this won't be the first time you're uploaded to YouTube. No, you've been on my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
before.
I've never been on. Oh yes, I have. We've made videos that never saw the light of
day.
No.
They're still buried deep in my hard drives. Very deep. Fantastic. Well, there we go. And with Becky as the final guest, that concludes top 5 for 2020. Of course, we have one more, which is mine, but it's not that exciting. So, Becky, thank you so much for being the last person. And thank you, everyone, for watching, paying attention, engaging. It's been an absolute blast to do this. I hope to do it in 2021 and people will play games. And of course, maybe, hopefully next year, I might be able to do it in person with a beautiful person on the other end of this call. Fingers crossed. All things considered, of course. But it'd be an absolute blast. Now, if you would like to know the next time I am live on Twitch, or you want to know when I have a podcast episode live, you can follow me on Twitter at N1FFR. Of course, I am Wiz_pod on Twitter as well. I have a podcast, the Filthy Wizards podcast. Becky, where can people find you on the old social medias?
Well, I might. Listen, guys, I've been thinking about it. I might plug my old Twitch because I might do some stuff at some point.
Oh my God!
Which is the RainbowSatan.
Oh, lovely. Absolutely fabulous.
I didn't rip off our old pair name at all.
No. What pair name? I don't know you. Who are you? What are you doing in here? Get out of my house!
I've never met you before in my life. Jesus, why are you asking me so many questions?
God, bloody hell! Get out of my house! Don't take that mug with you. That's mine. Get off it. How rude.
I bought it for you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this series. I will see you again very soon. Have a safe 2021 and don't get
Merry
Rona.
Christmas.
Pardon?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy all of the things.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.